Okie dokie, friends. Welcome. Thank you for being here. A few quick announcements. If you are interested, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I'm teaching a class in the park. So Rotary Glen Park, that's just right, it's east of Hogle Zoo. So if you're driving down Sunnyside, Hogle Zoo's on your right, and you just drive a little further, and then Sunnyside's right there. You don't drive up the hill or anything. 7 p.m. tomorrow night. It'll be about an hour class, and it'll be like a soft flow, so not quite as powery as this class, but still like down dogs and chaturangas and all that stuff. And then a sound bath at the end. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m., and it's by donation. Just show up, bring a mat if you'd like to come. And then this weekend, Saturday, I have my embodiment class. So it's my once per month offering that's yoga, breathwork, and sound. So we do about 45 minutes of movement yoga. It's a little more intuitive than I teach regularly, a little more room for your own move, like freedom of movement. And then after the yoga part, we'll do breath work for about 40 minutes. So just one type of breath that entire time, which is meant to drop you into your body, into your soma, your felt senses, and just allow you to process what's inside. So, and then after that, sound bowls for like 15. So if you'd like to come, if you're around this weekend, 7 p.m. here in the space, it's $30 per person. It's 2 hours. Yeah, I'd love to have you. Feel free to ask any questions after. And then also, last but not least, I have Glow Yoga on the 23rd, which is not this Saturday, but the following. It's at the Rose Wagner Theater downtown. Me and James are both teaching a class. So he's teaching the 3 p.m. class and I'm teaching the 6 p.m. class. And it's to the Beatles, to the music of the Beatles. So those are always just fun, like little activities to do on the weekend. So if you're around, and you can buy tickets for that on arttix.org. Okay. Yay, I was hoping you might show up. Keep Sophia company on the front row. All right, friends, let's do it. So go ahead, find a comfortable seat if you're not already there. And even if you are already there, maybe there's a little bit of movement, a little bit of wiggles you want to get out. So take your time, but eventually just settle in to your seated meditation. So as you are ready, come into a place of stillness. Feel into the length of your spine, length in the back of your neck, the sides of your neck. Draw up through the crown of your head. So sitting with intention, attention. Maybe you want to relax your hands on your lap. Maybe you want to bring your hands to your heart, or even one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And then with your eyes closed, just start to really arrive here in this space. So whatever you've got going on in your life outside this room for now, see if you can just kind of let it fall away. And just feel yourself, feel your body. Feel your sit bones on the ground, the air on your skin. Any physical sensations that you might notice as you sit in this position. So how does your spine feel? How do your shoulders feel? How do your hips feel? Maybe notice if there's any tension in your face that you could let go of, that you could relax just a little bit through your jaw or through your forehead. And as you tune in to what you feel, see if you can also tune in a little bit deeper. So not just what you feel physically, but energetically and emotionally. So just really becoming more present, really connecting to yourself and how you are this morning. And start to notice your breath if you haven't already. Bring attention to your breath. Maybe you even visualize your breath as it flows in and out. Next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. When you think you are full, see if there's even a little extra sip at the top. And hold in fullness. When you're ready, big, huge sigh out your mouth to let it go. Ah, beautiful. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, fill up. Take that moment of pause at the top. Again, maybe that extra little sip. When you're ready, open your mouth and let it go. Release. Ah. One last time. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning. And imagine any tension, anxiety, any heaviness that you're holding. Imagine you can just let it go with your big exhale. So as you are ready, big, huge exhale, and just allow yourself to soften a little more, to be even more present, more aware, more connected. Start to drop into Ujjayi breath now. So seal your lips, in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. See if you can start to hear your breath as it flows through. And you are more than welcome to stay right here for as long as you would like, just connecting to your breath, just sitting and noticing. If you're ready to start moving, take your breath with you, and you might start from your seat. Maybe you just want to roll your head around, roll your shoulders around. Maybe you want to move through your entire torso, like some seated cat-cows or circles with your torso. Maybe you want to take your arms up, stretch your side body. So anything goes from hands and knees, or excuse me, anything goes from your seat and then come forward to your hands and your knees. So once you are on hands and knees, you just keep exploring, keep feeling around. So no rush. Just getting into your body, feeling into what's there with your awareness, with your breath. Good, you guys. And then once you're on your hands and your knees, maybe you feel like taking some cat-cows to begin. Maybe you want to circle your hips all the way around, or even just sit back into a child's pose. Try to feel into what your body is calling for right now. So rather than doing what you do every single time you practice, like it's a routine, see if you can actually just feel from this moment right here. What's going on inside? What's going on with your spine or your hips or even your hands, your wrists, your forearms? So much to notice. Very nice, everybody. And feel free to keep your eyes closed if it's helpful. So getting out of your mind, getting out of judgment. So not worrying about what you look like or what anyone else in this room looks like. Just focusing on what you feel from the inside out rather than the outside in. Give yourself a few more rounds, exploring however you'd like. And then in your next, let's say 4 or 5 breaths, find your way back into a downward facing dog. So if you want to move through a vinyasa to get there, you want to hover your knees above the ground just an inch or so and really find your strength, and then take your hips up and back. Lots of ways, even to transition. So as you explore movement in your transitions as well. Stay curious in your practice rather than tuning out because you know the pose or the position. Tune in and see what else you can notice, see what else you can discover, see what space you can create that wasn't there before. Once you are back in down dog, friends, keep exploring, keep feeling. So if you want, you can pedal out your heels, you can shift your hips to one side and then the other. Maybe you even want to take your feet out really wide or your hands out really wide and just see how it feels. Maybe you want to come forward a plank and then press back to down dog a few times. And then just quickly, if you would like a hands-off practice today, you do not want any physical adjustments or physical touch from me, totally fine. I do not take it personally, but just give me one leg in the air, lift one leg in the air to let me know. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So back to your down dog, couple more breaths if you want to. Now extend one leg up just to stretch around and then the other, go for it. So feel into all that length from your fingertips up to your sit bones. Maybe it feels good to keep a big bend in your knees for now. Maybe it feels good to work your legs towards straight. Maybe it even feels good to pick up your toes and spread them. So feel into your down dog today in this moment. What's going on inside? Take one more inhale into your downward facing dog, my friends. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. So forward fold, top of your space. I would recommend for this first one, feet at least hips width distance apart. If you would like, you can grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. You could also bring hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck a little bit of traction. You can sway or bob or bounce. Nice, Rach. So try not to rock back into your heels and lock out your knees, but instead bend your knees, maybe even a lot. Keep your weight forward, more in your toes and the balls of your feet. So your heels are just very light against the ground. And then focus on lifting your sit bones up by using your core strength. Like there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, pulling straight up towards the ceiling. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. Nice, Katie. Take one more full round. And then as you inhale, find your halfway lift position. So spine long, get all the rounding out of your back. Telescope your ribs. Exhale, bow and fold. Nice, Makai. Do that once more. Halfway lift. Top of your head reaches forward. Sides of your neck are long. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Beautiful. Good awareness. This time all the way up. So come through your halfway lift. Keep rising. Reach up and stretch. Hands to your heart as you exhale. All right, flowing for just a moment. Inhale, high mountain, reach up. Slow dive down. So hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Maybe you bend your knees a lot. Fold in. As you breathe in, halfway lift position, how much length can you create from the crown of your head back to your sit bones? Beautiful. Exhale, fold. And then from the press of your feet, lead with your heart, rise up. Nice, Mikkel, arms to the sky, stretch tall, maybe even gaze up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Let's do one more half sun salute, just like that. Maybe close your eyes this time. Inhale, reach. Slow dive with your exhale. Feel your body moving through space. You are not in a rush. Beautiful, friends. Awesome, Christine. Halfway lift position, Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Let it go all the way to empty. Ha. Lead with your heart all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Full body stretch. Breathe in. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right. Inhale, take your arms up. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms to face the sky. So press up through your palms, take one more big inhale, get really tall. And as you exhale, side body stretch to the right, send your hips to the left. See if you can keep pressing through your palms. If it's too hard to keep your hands clasped this way, and you want to just grab hold of your wrist or do something else, that's fine with me. Take one more full breath into your left side body. And then end of your exhale, we're going to round our spine and bring our palms to face forward. So curl in, press your palms forward. Pause here for a moment and maybe move your hips side to side or your shoulders side to side. So feel into your back ribs. Breathe into your back ribs. Create space there. Yeah. Take one more round. It's like a standing cat pose. You're curling in. End of your exhale, side body stretch towards the window. So bring your arms over to the left. Send your hips to the right. See if you can pull your right shoulder back into the socket. If there's another variation you'd rather take, totally fine with me. Breathe deeply into your right rib cage, right waistline. You guys look awesome. Nice work. Soften your face. One more round. Good job. Back to center. Inhale. You can release your clasp. And then as you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers here. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades, squeeze your spine. If you tend to lock out your elbows, invitation to bend your elbows a lot, press your palms together like they're suction cupped. And then imagine your elbows are magnetized, squeeze them towards one another. See if you can start to reach your hands back away from your body. It doesn't have to be a lot. Feel that opening in the front of your shoulders, front of your heart. Maybe puff up your chest and gaze up. Press your hips gently forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. So you're in a little baby back bend. Take one more in breath. Hands stay clasped, hinge at your hips, exhale all the way down into your fold. Take a few rounds of breath with your fingers interlaced in your forward fold. So see if you can work that opening in the front of your shoulders. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. Maybe you even give your head a little shake. Yes, no. Good job, friends. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back first, then release your clasp. Let your arms hang, dangle. Maybe you give them a little shake. Next time you breathe in, come to your halfway lift. Use it to realign. And then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. So spread your fingers really wide, push the ground away. See if you can maybe take little rocks forward and back, just like an inch or so of movement, almost like you're sawing through a piece of wood with your body. Yeah, nice, Alora. So your best stay strong and engaged. Your shoulders and even your pectoral muscles are working. Take that little tiny rock forward onto your tippy toes. Inhale there. You can come to your knees if you want to modify. Exhale, lower halfway. Elbows over wrists, shoulders back, not rolling forward. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Awesome work. One more time like that. Exhale, halfway down. Come to your knees if you want to. Nice job. Inhale, push back up. And then this time, slow motion, all the way to the ground, all the way to your belly. Good. Spider-Man Cobra. So hands come out nice and wide onto the hardwood floor. Lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. Press down through your pelvis and shoelaces. Exhale, take a little twist to your right. Your left shoulder can dip down a bit, get a little stretch. Inhale back through center. And then other side as you exhale, twist. Yes. Very nice. Inhale back to center, heart lifts, belly tones. You can go one more time to each side, or if there's a different back bend you would rather take, feel free. As you are ready, see you back in downward facing dog. No rush. Reach if you want. Sometimes you can take those same things kind of from hands in. Do what you gotta do. Nice work, friends. Back in your down dog. Find your big, deep breaths. Ujjayi. And one more time, you have about 5 rounds. So if in those 5 rounds of breath, you want to move around, you want to explore in your own way, feel free. If you want to just be still, there's still so many little movements going on inside your body. There's still so many little micro adjustments you can make to get more out of the pose, to be a little more efficient. So feel into it and see what you can find. See if there's any more space you can create. Take one more great big inhale into your down dog. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, however you want to get there, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift position, lengthen out. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Arms to the sky, big stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, inhale, arms reach up. And then we're gonna take a curtsy squat. So your left foot steps off the right side of your mat. It's like you're in a shortened diagonal lunge. And then bend your knees, hands to your heart, get low in your legs. Try to keep your hips square. So right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Very nice. Little tone in your belly, navel to spine. Your low back is nice and long. If you'd like, take little pulses. Again, just an inch or two of movement. So staying very low. Yeah. Soften through your face, unclench your jaw. And get as low as you can. Hold there for one more breath. Nice, Mo. As you inhale, back to your high mountain. So step back onto your mat and stretch. As you exhale, other side. So right foot steps off the left side of your mat. Bend both knees like a little curtsy. Hands at your heart, get low. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. So your inner thighs are squeezing. Try not to look down at the ground and round your spine, but instead look straight forward. Tone your belly, lengthen through your low back. Take your little pulses if you want. Slow, steady breath. So even as that heat builds in your legs, Your breath stays slow, steady, spacious. As low as you can go. Hold one more round. Beautiful. Inhale, high mountain. As you exhale, we'll take a baby back bend, cactus your arms, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, curl open. Inhale back to center, re-extend, realign. Now listen, exhale, chair plane. Bend your knees, swing your arms back. Keep your heart lifted. So you're still doing a little cobra with your chest. Your back muscles hug towards your spine. Yes, really low in your legs, but your heart stays lifted, your gaze stays forward. You can stay where you are at, you're perfect, or option to float up onto tiptoes. So lift your heels really high. Now you have more range of motion in your legs. See if you can bend your knees more, sit a little bit lower. Nice trace. Awesome, everybody. One more round of breath. Nice, Paul. Stay on your tiptoes if you'd like. High mountain. Inhale all the way up as tall as you can grow. Possibly stay on your tiptoes for a big balance challenge as you slowly dive down. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward, then let it all go. Halfway lift with your inhale, heels on the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, vinyasa however you would like. See you back in downward facing dog. Nice job. Back in your down dog, Ujjayi breath. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And for today, whatever you would like to do, if you want to keep your hips square, awesome. If you want to open your hip, if you want to roll out your ankles, so if there's any exploration that you want to take while you're here, go for it. Or you can hold and breathe, work those little tiny micro adjustments. Press through both hands, lift from your center, feel that connection. That invisible rope attached to your belly button, it's still pulling up and back. Take one more inhale, right leg long, strong, and powerful. Exhale, right knee to your nose, round your spine, hollow out your belly. Stay here as you breathe in. See if you can push the ground away and lift your waistline just a little higher. Exhale, step through as soft as possible. If you want to take some time to just kind of feel into your legs, to stretch a little bit, please feel free, no rush. Whenever you are ready, we'll rise up to our high crescent lunge. So when you come into your crescent lunge, take time to feel into it and settle into it. Feel your strong foundation through your legs. So your front hips are square and energetically, front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. That's your stability. Little tone in your belly to support your low back. So feel the length and support in your low back as you lift your heart. Maybe you gaze up. Maybe you're spreading your fingertips really wide, or maybe today you feel like softening through your hands, softening even through your elbows a little bit. So your upper body, it's your own unique expression. What does it feel like? What do you want to embody? What do you want to invite in? How does that feel? Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, friends, we're going to add a little twist. Left arm forward, right arm back, bend your back knee to a hover. So if you want to modify, your back knee can always come down gently. Otherwise, it's hovering above the ground. Try to pull your front hip back hip forward. Squeeze your inner thighs, broaden your collarbones, twist from your center. Maybe you gaze back over your right hand for a balance challenge. Take one more round, see if you can get a little lower in your legs, twist a little further. And then inhale, open it up to a warrior two facing the opposite wall. So right arm will reach forward, left arm will reach back heel will pivot down. So take a moment, and if you need to look down at your feet, kind of make some adjustments, totally fine. Good job, friends. See if you can find a softness through your shoulders and feel the length in your neck as you gaze over your front hand. Take one more breath, just settling here. And then reach forward, moving into side angle. So legs stay the same, but reach for the front wall like you're trying to touch the front wall. Reach, 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 and then tip it over. Nice, Sophia. So the only thing that has to change is your arms. Heart stays open, hips stay open. You might reach your left arm towards the front wall, bicep next to your ear, and feel the length in your left side. If there's a half or a full bind in your practice, you want to go there, feel free. You've got about 2 or 3 more breaths in your side angle. So feel everything there is to feel. Feel into your legs. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Wrap your butt cheek underneath you. Back foot is rooted, back leg is strong. The muscles in your back thigh are squeezing around that femur bone. Take one more round of breath. You guys look so good. As you inhale, come back up to your warrior 2 stance. And then we'll straighten our front leg, parallel our feet. So all of your toes now face the windows. Arms to the sky as you inhale. And then exhale, take a slow dive down, wide-legged straddle, wide-legged fold. Anywhere you want to go, you've got about 5 to 7 breaths. So you might just hold. Maybe you grab hold of your ankles or the outer edges of your feet or peace fingers around big toes. You work your fold with your breath. Maybe you want to move around. Maybe you want to twist, Skandasana, headstand, handstand hop. So anything goes as long as you stay here. You stay in your body with your breath. You're paying attention. And remember, this is just a practice, not a performance. So be a little playful. Be curious. Be compassionate. There is always room to try new things and fail at the new things. That's why we are here. So see if you can get out of your habits and your patterns and start to find new spaces inside your body that you didn't even know existed. Take one last breath wherever you're working. And then next time you breathe in, come to a halfway lift position with your fingertips on the ground. So if you need to, you can bend your knees a lot. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, rotate your toes forward. You're back to a low lunge. From here, root into your front foot, standing splits, left leg to the sky. So just like a one-legged forward fold, I do not care how high your left leg goes, but I do care that there's energy running all the way up into your left toes. So either flex, point, or floint your left toes, like a Barbie foot is a floint. And then anywhere you want to take this, but feel your center. So rather than feeling like all that is coming down into your right foot and it's so heavy, see if you can figure out how to use your core to lift you, to take some weight out of your leg. Maybe you play with handstand hops. Maybe you wrap your right arm behind right leg. Maybe you take some Shiva squats, totally up to you. Last couple breaths. If you're holding, be where you are at. Soften your face. See if there's any more length you can find. Awesome, Kirsten. Take one more big inhale, friends. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot down at the top of your mat. You can give your right leg a little shake out if it needs it. Bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees, and you can choose to press your heels down. That'll work your ankle flexibility. Or you can choose to lift your heels up high. The higher your heels go, see if you can get your butt lower and your nose closer to your knees. Maybe even wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze like you're giving yourself a great big hug. Nice, Liz. Breathe into your back ribs. Love it, you guys. Good variations. Take one more round as you exhale. Get as small, as compact as you can, all the way to empty in your breath. Nice, Paul. Halfway lift position on your inhalation. So set your heels down. Stick your butt out. Reach your crown forward. You can widen your stance if you want to. Exhale, fold and bow. From the press of your feet all the way to stand, rise. Arms to the sky, high mountain. Pause right here. So right foot is going to stay rooted. Left knee lifts up for standing staff pose. So balancing on your right foot, root down firmly, hugging with your inner thighs. Tone your low belly, navel to spine, and then find something that's not moving to focus your gaze on. Slow, steady breath. Nice, Ariel. Take one more big inhale, friends. As you exhale, figure 4. So outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. Maybe you bring hands to heart as you sit into a one-legged chair. Maybe you want to swing your arms back like a chair plane. Perhaps you want to explore maybe a forward fold or an arm balance or a twist. So it's all you, wherever you want to go with this for about 4 or 5 rounds. If you are holding and breathing, perfectly fine. There's so much to notice. Keep the flexion in your left foot. Keep your left ankle strong and keep actively pressing your ankle into the top of your thigh. Yes. As you're sitting back, if you're in a chair variation, weight is mostly in your right heel, not your toes or the ball of your foot. Wherever you're at, friends, one more round. And then slowly come back to your standing staff. So right foot stays rooted. If possible, keep your left leg lifted, left knee lifts up right in front of your body. And then if you want, you can even extend your left leg forward. One more big inhale. As you exhale, slow motion to a low lunge. See if you can touch fingertips and toes down at the exact same time. From your low lunge, 3-legged down dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. You can go straight to down dog or exhale, rock forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. So feel free to modify if you want, or you can take it as 3-legged. Back bend of choice as you breathe in. You're welcome to stay for an extra breath or two. When you are ready, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. So take a moment to reconnect. Slow, spacious. All right, friends, inhale your left leg to the sky. And you do whatever you would like on this side. Hips can stay square. You can open, you can circle, you can roll out your ankle. Good. So just feeling in to your 3-legged dog, keeping that connection to your center, and continuing to root into the ground with your fingertips. Take one more inhale. Make your left leg long, strong, and powerful. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, round your spine. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away like you're stepping over something. Nice, Kate. Step forward softly. And then rise when you are ready. No rush. So if you want to stretch for a moment, please do so. Eventually, crescent lunge. So as you settle into your crescent, remember your legs are your foundation. So you want to feel the strength, the power in your legs, and then feel into your own unique expression through your upper body. So your own unique expression, it doesn't mean you actually change your position necessarily, but you just embody whatever you are feeling today or whatever you're inviting in, whatever your intention might be. So do you want to feel energized, big, take up space, spread your fingers wide, reach as high as you can? Or today, maybe you want a little more softness. Maybe you want to smile. So just feeling into your pose today in this moment in your own body, your own breath. One more inhale. Exhale, we'll add our twist. So right arm will reach forward, left arm will reach back, and back knee bends to a hover. If your back knee is screaming at you or your back leg and you want to set your knee down, give it a moment to rest, feel free. Otherwise, back knee is hovering and try to pull your back thigh forward. Try to pull your front hip back. See if you can feel that length from your fingertips, from your right fingers to your left fingers, like you have great big wings. Take one more round, maybe gaze back over your left hand. Twist a little further. And warrior 2 with your inhale. Yeah. So back heel pivots down, left arm forward, right arm back. Let your hips open. So try to feel into a nice neutral pelvis while you allow your hips to open. So your front knee tracks towards your pinky toe. And then if your back hip kind of shoots towards the right side of the room, see if you can pull it back into the socket. So feeling into that nice neutral pelvis and those nice open hips. Next time you breathe in, legs stay the same. Reach for the front wall. So reach, reach, reach. Slide your rib cage forward. When you can't go anymore, just your arms have to change. Right, or excuse me, left arm towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Left elbow could rest gently on your left thigh. Right arm might reach forward. Half bind or full bind. If you would like to take it on this side, last couple breaths. Very nice, friends. So wherever you're at, make sure your breath can flow freely. Take one more round. And then from the press of your feet, next inhalation, rise back up to your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet. Take your arms to the sky, inhale. And exhale, stick your butt out, reach your heart forward all the way down into your wide-legged fold. And again, anywhere you'd like to go for about 5 to 7 breaths. You can be still, you can move, you can do the same thing you did on the other side or something completely different. Stay present. So especially in these moments where I give you time for yourself, rather than going somewhere else, rather than distracting yourself, see if you can stay in your body, stay with your breath. Notice, feel, observe. Good job, friends. One last round. Inhale to a halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. Bend your knees if needed. And then walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. So you're in a low lunge. Left foot roots down, right leg to the sky, standing splits. Think of it as just a one-legged forward fold. That's all it is. I do not care at all how high your right leg is. I just want you to feel energy running all the way up into your right toes. So make your right foot active. Use your core as much as you can. Feel that connection to center. Relax your neck. If you want to play, feel free to play, to explore, to move a bit. Otherwise, hold and breathe. Nice job, friends. Let's take one more inhale or maybe one last little hop. Exhale, forward fold, top of your space. Right foot comes down. If your left leg wants a shake out, give it a little shake out. And then when you're ready, tiny little potato bug ball. So big toes touch, little gap in between your heels, tuck and curl. And you choose heels towards the ground. I can't get my heels flat on the ground. I don't have that flexibility in my ankles. So sometimes I like to work that. Or you can lift your heels up really high and work straight. Option to wrap arms around shins if you want. And feel your breath in your back body. And nice, you guys. Take one more round of breath as you exhale. So small and compact. See if you can find your very, very center. Inhale, halfway lift. Heels down. Stick your butt out. Reach your crown forward. So find length. Widen your stance if you feel so inclined. Exhale, fold. And then from the press of your feet all the way up. Arms reach up. High mountain. Pause here. Left foot is your foundation this time. Lift your right knee up, standing staff. Very nice. So flex your right toes back towards your shin. It's called dorsal flexion. Hug in with your inner thighs. Connect to your center, connect to your breath. You guys look so good. Take one more big inhale. Figure 4 as you exhale. So one-legged chair, hands to heart, or chair plane arms. Or if you would like, you can play with a forward fold variation. You can play with an arm balance or a twist. Keep the flexion through your right toes. Keep pressing your ankle into the top of your thigh like you're trying to rubber cement them together. You're gluing them together. Breathe all the way down into your hips. If you're in a chair variation, weight is primarily in your left heel. Last couple breaths. Really nice, you guys. See if you can come back to your standing staff, maybe without setting your right foot down. Maybe switch out your legs. I don't know if you did the other side last time. Take one more inhale. Extend right leg forward if you would like. Press through your heel. And then exhale, slow motion to your low lunge. See if you can touch down at the same time, fingertips and toes. Once you've landed in low lunge, 3-legged down dog, left leg back and up. Breathe in here. You can go straight to your down dog or exhale, rock forward, take your variation, plank to chaturanga. Heart lifts as you breathe in. Feel free to give yourself an extra breath or two. And then your choice, down dog, or if you'd like a child's pose for a moment, feel free. Take just a few rounds, maybe a couple open mouth sighs even. Reconnect, recommit. We'll be moving through that entire sequence. One breath, one movement. We'll move slowly and intentionally with our slow, intentional breaths. See if you can transition intentionally even. And then at any time, if you need to take a little break, if you want to do your own thing, something else would work better for you, please always listen to yourself, listen to your body first. Think of all of my cues as invitations. Give yourself, wherever you're at, one more round. And then if you're coming with me, downward facing dog. All right, Ujjayi breaths. Great big inhale into your dog pose as you push the ground away. Exhale, look to the top of your space. Step, tiptoe, or float, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Arms reach up, big stretch. Hands to your heart, exhale. All right, here we go. Inhale, high mountain. Curtsy squat, left foot steps to the right as you exhale, get low. Inhale, reach high, high mountain. Other side, right foot steps off to the left, get low. Inhale, reach. Baby back bend as you exhale. Cactus your arms, curl open. Make it come from mid and upper back. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Bend your knees, swing your arms back. Maybe float up to tiptoes. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. High mountain as tall as you can grow. Possibly stay on your tiptoes as you dive down into your fold. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward, then let it go. Nice work. Halfway lift, heels down, breathe in. And exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. See if you can keep that exhale going as you lower, chaturanga. Nice reach. Inhale, peel your heart open. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Big, deep breaths. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, slow and soft. Step your right foot through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge with intention. Heart lifts, maybe gaze up. Exhale, turbo twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your back knee. Inhale, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Back heel comes down. Exhale, side angle. Reach forward, tip it over all the way to emptying your breath. Good. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, arms up. Exhale, dive down all the way to empty, navel to spine, crown towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Exhale, crawl your hands forward, rotate toes forward. And then inhale, standing splits, left leg high. Exhale, straight into your tiny little potato bug ball, all the way to empty. Inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long, big deep breaths. Fold, exhale. Root through your feet all the way up. Inhale, high mountain, arms reach, left knee lift, standing stack. Exhale, figure four, one-legged chair. Arms are your choice. Sit back, weight in your right heel. Inhale, back to standing staff. Option to extend left leg forward, press through your heel. Exhale, low lunge, slow motion. See if fingers and toes can touch at the same time. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Exhale, straight to down dog or rock forward, vinyasa, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Very nice, friends. Left leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, soft as you can. Left foot through, low lunge. Crescent with your in-breath. Rise, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, turbo twist towards the windows. Right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. And inhale, warrior two. Open it up, back heel pivots down. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over. All the way to emptiness. Inhale, rise. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, take your arms up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold all the way to empty. Crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, navel to spine. Halfway lift as you inhale, fingertips down. Exhale, crawl your hands forward, rotate toes forward. You're in low lunge. Root into left foot, standing splits. Float your right leg high. And exhale, tiny little ball. Get small all the way to empty, super compact. Inhale, get long, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From the press of your feet, heart leads, rise all the way up. Arms to the sky, float your right knee up. Figure four, one-legged chair, sit back. Arms are your choice. Exhale. Inhale, standing staff. Option to extend right leg, press through your heel. And then slow motion back to your low lunge. Fingers and toes touch down at the exact same time. Yes. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Straight to down dog if you want, or come forward, take your vinyasa. Heart lifts as you breathe in. Hips lift as you breathe out. Take a moment. We will go through that sequence once more. I'm gonna add a few little variations, a few little additions. So just like always, stay present, listen to my cues, take what works, leave the rest behind. If you are in down dog, maybe you want a big open mouth sigh. Take one last inhalation into your dog pose. And then exhale, gaze forward, step or float, top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift position with your in-breath. Exhale, let it go. Root to rise all the way up, arms reach, stretch it out. Hands to heart, exhale, last time through. Here we go, inhale, high mountain. Curtsy squat, left foot steps to the right, hands to heart, exhale. High mountain, breathe in, lengthen. Curtsy squat, other side, get low. Inhale, reach high. Baby back bend with your exhale. Bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze, curl open. Re-extend, realign, breathe in. Chair, plane, or drinking bird as you exhale. Maybe you're on your tiptoes as your last time here. Maybe stay on tiptoes all the way up as tall as you can grow, high mountain. Maybe stay on tiptoes as you dive forward ever so slowly and mindfully. Heels on the ground as you come into your fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift your heart, peel your heart open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Now listen, you can hold here or exhale, right knee, left elbow, little twists across your body, push the ground away. Inhale, three-legged dog, take it back up. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit. Maybe you even add a little push-up. Don't let your butt drop down. Inhale, back up. And everybody exhale, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, then step forward softly. Inhale, crescent lunge. Slow rise. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, turbo twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Back knee bends. Inhale, warrior two. Open towards the windows. Pivot your back, heel down. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over. Pause in side angle. You have options. Options are turn it into triangle, turn it into a balancing half moon, or maybe bird of paradise is in your practice and you want to go there. So anywhere you want to go, or you can stay in side angle and just be there, breathe there, work your pose from there. Heart is open, hips are open, wherever you choose to be. Take about 3 more breaths. If your back leg is lifted, if you're in half moon, back leg strong and powerful. Yes, good, everybody. Next time you exhale, set your back foot down if it is lifted, and everybody meet in a warrior two. So take a moment, settle in, come back to your breath. Let's reverse our warrior. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, arms up. Back to our flow. Exhale, slow dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. Exhale, spider crawl your hands forward, back to your low lunge. Right foot roots down, standing splits, lift your left leg high. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball, get small. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, bow, let it go. Press into your feet all the way up, arms reach up, left knee floats up, standing staff. Exhale, figure four, sit back into your one-legged chair, arms are your choice. Good. Back to standing staff. Breathe in. Everything lengthens. Maybe your left leg extends. Nice. So and exhale, low lunge. See if you can land fingertips and toes at the same time. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Right leg back and up. Now listen, friends. Open up your hip. Option to flip your dog if you would like. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward, heart forward. Yes. Lift your hip super high. And imagine your heart is trying to look at this front wall. Take one more round. Beautiful job. Back to downward facing dog. Walk it out. You can absolutely stay here. Walk it out a little longer. Or next, inhale, rock forward, high plank. Option to hover right leg if you'd like. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, grow into your back bend. Exhale, down dog. All right, left side. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Hold here if you want, or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your obliques, little twist. Inhale, nice, Laura, back up. And left to left with your exhale. Aim for your armpit, take the push-up if you want it. Inhale, back up, nice, Paul. And then everybody, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, round your spine, step forward. Last time in your crescent lunge on this side, rise up, inhale. Exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm back knee bends, inner thighs squeeze. Inhale, warrior two, open it up. Back heel pivots down. Exhale, side angle. Reach, reach, reach. Then tip it over. This is where we pause. You can work your side angle. You can straighten your front leg, turn it into a triangle. Or you can move into your balancing half moon. Reach forward and float your back leg up. Does not necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. So your pose, your expression. Heart is open, shoulders are open, hips are open. Your back leg is lifted. Make it strong and powerful. Everybody, 1 or 2 more rounds. See if you can come back to a warrior two, soft landing if you're balancing. So take a moment, warrior two, settle in, find your breath, Ujjayi. Inhale, reverse your warrior, lengthen your left side. Exhale, warrior two. Back to our flow. Inhale, straighten your front leg, arms to the sky. All of your toes face the right wall. Exhale, take your dive down. Beautiful, friends. Lift halfway as you inhale, fingertips down. Like a spider, crawl your hands forward. Low lunge, exhale. Inhale, standing splits, right leg floats high. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball. You are almost there. Stick with it. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet all the way up. Arms reach, right knee lift, standing staff. Figure four, one-legged chair. Exhale, get low. Inhale, reach high, back to your standing staff. And then low lunge, slow and intentional. Fingers and toes at the same time if possible. Inhale, three-legged down dog, left leg high. Open your hip. Stay here if you want, or option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down. Yes, left arm forward, heart forward. Nice, Mo. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Wherever you are at, my friends, feel every single space inside of you. One last breath. And then come back, downward facing dog, walk it out. Walk it out a little bit longer if you'd like, or inhale, forward, high plank, maybe hovering left leg this time. And exhale, chaturanga. Lift your heart, breathe in, don't just move through it, feel your back bend first. And then you choose child's pose, embryo pose, or any other resting pose that you would like. Take a moment to just feel. Almost like you're absorbing all that energy that you just stirred up inside. Let it soak in. So just feel whatever there is to feel. Come back to your body. Notice sensation. You're not trying to make anything go away. You're not trying to fix anything. You're just allowing whatever is there to have space, to be acknowledged, to be held. Give yourself a couple more grounding breaths or restorative breaths. And then downward facing dog. All right, you guys. From your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your space. Set your body down nice and easy. If you'd rather take this on your back or in a seat, totally fine with me. If you're taking regular pigeon, make sure you're finding the strength and the structure first. So especially if you tend to be able to just sit and plop into your pigeon, that's not what we want to do. We want to hug in just like we would do in a lunge. Front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward, and we keep pulling our front hip back and up as we take our heart forward and down. So see if you can find what we call the integrity of the pose. Your right butt cheek should not be on the ground. It should be hovering above the ground. If it's on the ground, that means there's no muscle energy in your pose. So see if you can find some. See if you can create some. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're welcome to raise your hand. Call me over. Just focus on your deep breathing. Soften your face. Clench your jaw. What if you could soften through the space of your heart, the front, the back, the sides? What would that feel like? Be here for about 4 or 5 more rounds. Inside, out your mouth at any time. So it feels like a lot. There's a lot of sensation. There's a lot of energy. Give it somewhere to go. Big open mouth sigh. Yeah, good. Maybe just 2 more breaths. And then slowly start to lift your upper body. We're going to meet in a 3-legged tabletop. So from a regular pigeon, you'll plant your hands, tuck your back toes under, and kind of scoot your back knee forward. Then you'll unthread your right leg, take it back, give it a nice little shake out. And you might even bend your knee and circle your knee a few times through space, finding that full range of motion in your right hip joint. Very nice. Good. And then everybody, extend your right leg just straight back. Take your right tiptoes off the left side of your mat. Pull your hips over to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So feel into the length of your right side. Imagine you're using your entire right side to look back at your tiptoes. You might bend one or both elbows. You might round a little or arch a little. You might rock forward or back a little. Take one more breath. Very nice. Come back to your tabletop. And however you want to get there, down dog. So maybe you just lift your hips up and back. Maybe you want to move through a vinyasa. Maybe you want to take a couple of cat-cows and then lift your hips. Ujjayi breath. So keep it going just a little bit longer. Inhale, left leg to the sky. And as you're ready, pigeon pose, left shin to the top of your mat. So you want your left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat rather than midline. Nice, Mariah. Pull your left hip back. Yeah. So just like you would in crescent lunge, you're plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. You're keeping that as you bow forward. Nice, Liz. So if you feel like you can fall asleep in your pigeon, there's probably something that is not being engaged. See if you can find that muscle energy, that hugging in. So we find the structure, we find the strength, and then we soften around it, breath by breath. Just notice what comes, notice what goes, and let it. If you can notice where you might be tightening up, or you might be contracting, just by noticing. See if something shifts. See if maybe something starts to soften. Take about 3 or 4 more rounds on this side. I'm just gonna leave it up to you. So when you feel pretty much even on both sides, Start to come back up and meet in that three-legged tabletop once again. So your left leg will extend back behind you. Plant your hands, scoot your back knee forward, unthread your left leg, give it that nice little shake out. If you want, some circles with your left knee. Feel around for a moment. And then finally extend your left leg straight back. Left toes off the right side of your mat. Pull your hips over to the left as you gaze back over your right shoulder. So you might try kind of leaning into it or moving around. Feel into it. Yes, one last round. Nice aerial. And then back to tabletop. You can take one last down dog, one last vinyasa, one last child's pose, a few rounds of cat-cows, whatever you'd like, whatever you're feeling. So take your time to maybe stretch in down dog, to rest in child's pose, and then just in your next few breaths, find your way all the way down onto your back, however you'd like to get there, and whichever direction you would like to face. Once you're on your back, draw your knees in, just gently rock it out. And after a few rocks, set your feet down, knees bent, moving towards bridge pose. So feet on the ground with knees bent, feet hips width distance apart. Your ankles and your heels come straight down from your knees and all of your toes face directly forward, arms by your sides. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop just your tailbone off the ground, and then inhale, peel your spine off one vertebra at a time. Once you get to the top of your bridge, you are more than welcome to do your own thing. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers. Maybe you even want to turn it into a full back bend. I'm going to give you an option. If you want to take it, awesome. If not, you can totally just ignore me, do your own thing. So option to bring your arms into what I call robot arms. Bend your elbows, palms face each other, fingertips face the sky. And then see if you can work your shoulders under you, possibly just a little bit more, and feel a little more opening in your heart. Your elbows come in a little closer to your side bodies. Hug in with your inner thighs like you're holding an invisible block. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower just your butt down. So you're trying to create a tunnel under the middle of your spine. Inhale, lift just your butt back up. And then continue that with your breath. Exhale, lower your butt, create that tunnel under the middle of your spine. It's like I have a rolled up yoga mat and I want to slide it right underneath. So see if you can create that space. This is the best exercise I think that you can do to get more awareness and strength in your mid back. We don't have very much awareness and we don't have very much strength in our mid backs. Our lower and our upper get a lot of attention, but our mid back gets lost somewhere. So start to feel it right here. Start to wake it up. After you've taken a few of those lifts and lowers, everybody, whatever variation you've chosen to be in your next couple breaths, find your way down intentionally. So perhaps you want to roll down one vertebra at a time. Just come out of it intentionally, mindfully. Once you are back to a neutral spine, windshield wiper. So feet on the ground, knees bent, but feet come out nice and wide. And then just let your knees fall from side to side a few times. You can tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground if you'd like. And you can take a few breaths on one side and then the other. Or maybe you just move one breath, one movement. After a few rounds of windshield wipers, no rush. Happy baby pose. So give yourself a moment, rock it out in your happy baby, maybe extend one leg and then the other leg, or even both at the same time. And then when you feel complete with happy baby, about 10 breaths to finish off your own practice, however you want to. So maybe you want to take one last inversion. Maybe you want to take your own supine spinal twist. Perhaps you just want to rest with your feet together and knees apart for a while. So anything goes, anything your body is calling for, or if you feel ready for your Shavasana and you want to go there immediately, please feel free. Fine with me. And then as you settle in, my friends, just a thought for you. This is by Cory Muscara. He's one of my favorite meditation teachers. He says, I don't believe that our world simply needs more positivity. I believe our world needs minds that are also equipped to be with the complexity of life, minds that can hold nuance and polarity, minds that can stay grounded, centered, and open to the full range of what it means to be human. So many times, just because I teach yoga, people assume that I'm calm all the time or that I never get angry. And that's simply not true. To me, if I denied my sadness or my anger or my stress, that's just denying part of me, part of my humanness, part of this experience. So, can you allow all of that stuff that seems uncomfortable, all that stuff that we don't really like, and we allow space for it? It's part of being human, it's part of this experience. Even when we are uncomfortable, even when we are angry, even when we are sad, we're not trying to push that away. We're allowing it to be felt, to be held, to be breathed into, softened into. So, yes, it is good to stay positive. It is good to smile and to laugh and to feel moments of great joy. But it's also okay to have moments of sadness or confusion, frustration. So whatever is inside of you this morning, it is welcome. Let it have space. For these last few moments, let your breath be effortless. Let your body just give in to gravity. And let go of needing to do anything or fix anything or control anything. And just let yourself be as you are. All those energies flowing through you, all those different layers inside of you, all those different parts of yourself. And just feel it all. Give yourself these last couple moments to just connect in a more intimate way with what's inside of you. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And start to just wiggle your fingers, toes. Bring gentle movement back into your body. As you feel ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And take just a moment there, curling into yourself, really allowing yourself to be held by the ground a little longer. And really just gathering with your imagination, even gathering energy from the earth. And then staying as relaxed as possible through your body. Ease your way up to seated meditation. So, right back where we began. And come into your seat with your eyes closed and your hands gathered to your heart. And I'd like to close our practice today with an Om. So I know a lot of times people feel self-conscious about their voice. Try as best you can not to even think or worry about how you sound, but focus on how it feels. Focus on letting your own vibration resonate from inside of your body and then come through and contribute to the sound of the whole. So just feeling rather than thinking and hearing your voice come through. What does that feel like for you? So exhale, let it go. Let go of your breath, empty out, clear your throat if needed. Breathe in your voice. Oh. Namaste. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Come back soon. Come to the park tomorrow if you want.